everyone, and hello to all the pageant fans all over the world, the universe rather, and to my old subscribers, to my new subscribers and returning viewers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're watching this episode right now and you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Help me to grow this channel and to reach another milestone here in YouTube simply by clicking the subscribe button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. In today's episode here on my channel, I'll be sharing with you guys my official top 16 in this year's competition. Plus, I'll also be sharing my final 5 and my Miss Universe Philippines 2022. So factors that I considered in determining my top 16 will be their preliminary performances, the closed door interview, the swimsuit, and the evening gown round competition. So without further ado, let's start this episode now. Let me share with you guys my official top 16 in this year's competition. First on my list, Albay. Her impeccable performance during the closed door interview is a sure indication that the top 16 is brighter for Miss Albay. Next is Baguio. Her overall performance during the closed door interview was a bit shaky for me, and it cannot give her that assurance to be in the top 16. But after watching her preliminary competition for swimsuit and evening gown round, I therefore conclude that Baguio has a clear spot in the top 16. Next is Bohol. Her overall performance in both rounds of the competition, the swimsuit and evening gown round plus the closed door interview, and definitely helped her to advance in the top 16 in this year's competition. Next is Cebu City, a truly deserving to be part of the top 16. We cannot deny the fact that her preliminary interview was a bit shaky, but her overall performance in both swimsuit and evening gown round can actually justify the reason why she should be part of this year's top 16. Next is Cebu Province. She made it in the past, so it will not be impossible for her to make it this time as part of the top 16 in this year's competition. Next is Davao del Norte. Never ever underestimate this underdog because she might surprise us during the finals night of Miss Universe Philippines 2022. We all witnessed how she displayed intelligence, that spontaneity, how she expressed herself effectively during the preliminary interview competition. So I guess that can actually play a big role for her to be able to advance in the top 16. Next is Pasay, the real threat in this year's competition. Her chances of winning was already there ever since this pageant kicked in. But at the end of the day, it depends on how she can give a concrete or on-point answer to a question, so good luck to her. Next is Iloilo Province. I am certain that Miss Iloilo Province can be easily part of the top 16 in this year's competition. She displayed intelligence, spontaneity, great communication skills, public speaking skills during the preliminary interview competition, so it will not be that hard for her to be included in this year's top 16. Next is Makati City, a sure slot in the top 16. And to be fair with Miss Makati, I know for a fact that she competed fairly in this year's competition. Next on my list, Misamis Oriental. The top 16 for her is already in the bag. I will not be surprised if she can be part easily of the top 16 in this year's competition. Next is Palawan, a true dark horse in this year's competition. Her preliminary interview may not that impactful for everyone or to some of us, but her performance during the swimsuit and evening gown round cannot be disregarded. Next is Taguig. Her closed door interview may not be impressive, but her swimsuit and evening gown round can find a way for her to be part of the top 16. Next is Batanes. Her swimsuit and evening gown round performance may not secure her alone to be part of the top 16, but if we're going to add her closed door interview with her swimsuit and evening gown round competition, I can say that may laban si Miss Batanes in this competition. 14th on my list, Lucena. I have to say that Miss Lucena really performed so well during the closed-door interview, and same thing with her overall performance for swimsuit and evening gown round, so it will not be a surprise for me if she will be part of the top 16. Next on my list, Pangasinan. Pangasinan really made sure to perform good during the swimsuit and evening gown round because she knew for a fact that this second round of competition can actually help her to secure a slot in the top 16 in this year's competition. 16th on my list, Victoria's City. It was a balanced performance in both rounds of the competition, the swimsuit and evening gown round plus the preliminary interview competition. It was a balanced performance, so if she will be lucky, I guess, like to some of the delegates, if they can be lucky, they can be part of the top 16 in this year's competition. Now let me share with you guys who is my best in swimsuit and best in evening gown round in this year's competition. Best in swimsuit for me goes to Baguio City. Best in long gown or evening gown for me goes to Pasay City. So I already shared with you guys who are my top 16 in this year's competition. Now this is the most exciting part. Let me share with you guys who made it as part of my top 5 in this year's competition. And again, this is just a disclaimer. I am not a fortune teller. This is just my prediction who can be part of the top 5 in this year's competition. Let's start with Misamis Oriental. She can be a real contender in this year's competition. What I like about her is that she's very eloquent, and I'm really impressed with her speaking ability plus her Q&A capability. In short, she can definitely deliver. 4th on my list, Taguig City. Taguig City has a beautiful face and can be a good representation of a Filipina beauty in Miss Universe Beauty Pageant. Now, if Miss Taguig City will win Miss Universe Philippines 2022, yes, she can definitely give us a show. She can definitely make a remarkable performance in the Miss Universe stage. But the problem is that she cannot even express herself well. What I'm trying to say is that if in your local beauty pageant you were not able to express yourself effectively or spontaneously, and you had struggle during the closer interview, what more pa pag ginala ka na sa Miss Universe Beauty Pageant? So even though she has this beautiful Filipina face that can represent the Philippines in Miss Universe Beauty Pageant, she's really good when it comes to pasarela. She can actually give us that powerful aura, projection. However, at the end of the day, she may not be able to pass the closer interview in Miss Universe Beauty Pageant. And you know, it's the sad reality about Miss Taguig. 3rd on my list, Cebu City. I love how she speaks with conviction. She's very conversational. Her beauty is very sophisticated. She has a gorgeous body, and it can be a possible back-to-back win for Cebu City so long as Miss Cebu City will level up her performance in the finals night of the competition. If Cebu City will win Miss Universe Philippines 2022 and will represent the Philippines in Miss Universe, I have no fear inside me. I have, you know, that full trust that she can definitely deliver. She can definitely make a remarkable performance in the Miss Universe stage. Next is Makati. Her chances of winning prior to the preliminary competition was too impossible. But after watching her overall performance, I have to say that there was a huge improvement with Miss Makati. I love her stage presence. However, whenever I see her doing her pasarela, it's like seeing a ramp model than a beauty queen. And when it comes to her beauty, I just want to be honest with you guys that for me, her beauty is very plain and very ordinary. Let's admit the fact that her background or her influence can actually help her to win the crown in this year's competition. And if ever she will win Miss Universe Philippines 2022, I hope not to see the same or the exact level of performance that she did when she competed in Miss World in 2019. Next is Pasay. I really want her to win Miss Universe Philippines 2022 because her beauty is screaming universe. No questions about it. What I like about Pasa is her overall projection in pasarela. It's always on point. Her styling is very high fashion. That's something that I really appreciate. She has a very good communication skills as she can express herself spontaneously with confidence. Her Q&A capability is not bad at all. For me, her Q&A capability is all good because for me, as long as she can answer that question quick, direct, and spontaneous, then there's nothing wrong with how you will handle, future questions in Miss Universe beauty pageants, such as the closed door interview. And one good thing about Miss Pasay is that if ever she will win Miss Universe Philippines 2022, she can easily be noticed, not because she's wearing that Philippine sash, but because of her physical beauty that is screaming universe. So I'm done sharing with you guys my top 5 in this year's competition of Miss Universe Philippines 2022, and for sure you guys already have an idea who is my Miss Universe Philippines 2022 as I explained each of them, why I'm choosing them as part of my top 5 in this year's competition. So without further ado, let me reveal with you guys who is my Miss Universe Philippines 2022. My Miss Universe Philippines 2022 is none other than Pasay. I'm choosing Pasay as my Miss Universe Philippines 2022 because I believe that it's already the right time for the Philippines to send a high standard type of woman to compete in Miss Universe beauty pageant. Celeste's type of beauty can't be compared to Pia or to Catriona because she's uniquely beautiful. So that'll be all for today's episode here in my channel. Just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for your love and your support. Let me know who is your Miss Universe Philippines 2022 by putting a comment down below. And always remember to stay kind because you can never go wrong with kindness. I love you all.